Welcome to the Unveiled Bible, where ancient scripture, hidden history, and esoteric truth are revealed. From mystical symbols to spiritual archetypes, from the origins of creation to the secrets of the soul. It's time to unveil and reveal. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. What if Genesis 1 verse 2 is not just the description of an early, formless earth, but rather a profound esoteric teaching about chaos, creation, and divine consciousness? In this video, we'll explore the hidden meanings of tohu wa bohu, formless and void, the abyss of primordial waters, and Spirit of God as a force of cosmic awakening. Scholars, mystics, and ancient traditions reveal that Genesis 1 verse 2 holds secrets about reality that the Church will never teach. This is the light that darkness cannot comprehend. Genesis 1 verse 2 tells us that the earth was without form and void. Tohu wa bohu. But what does this really mean? The Hebrew words tohu and bohu don't just describe emptiness. They refer to a state of disorder, a cosmic void before creation takes shape. Biblical scholar John Walton explains,
Tohu wa bohu does not mean nothingness. It describes a world in disarray, lacking function and purpose. The creation account is not about material origins, but about bringing order to chaos.
In Kabbalistic teachings, this primordial chaos is the state before divine structure emerges. Rabbi Isaac Luria's Kabbalah describes a process called Shevirat HaKelim, the breaking of the vessels, where divine energy was too intense and shattered the early cosmic structure.
The universe begins in a state of brokenness, and creation is the process of restoring balance.
Genesis 1 verse 2 isn't describing a lifeless wasteland, but rather an unstable reality waiting for divine transformation. The verse continues, "And darkness was upon the face of the deep." But what is this deep abyss, and why does darkness play such a central role in creation? In ancient Near Eastern cosmology, the primordial deep, Tehom, was a vast chaotic ocean that existed before structured reality. This mirrors creation myths from Mesopotamia, like the Enuma Elish, where the goddess Tiamat, symbolizing chaotic waters, had to be subdued before order could emerge. Scholar Richard Elliott Friedman notes,
the Hebrew Tehom is strikingly similar to Tiamat of Mesopotamian mythology. It suggests that Genesis is speaking of a cosmic struggle between chaos and divine order.
Mystics interpret darkness as a symbol of divine mystery and hidden potential, not evil, but the unknowable aspect of God. The Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, describes this darkness as the Ein Sof, the infinite, unmanifested divine. Before there was light, there was only the concealed, the boundless mystery. In the depths of darkness lies the potential for all creation. Thus, Genesis 1 verse 2 is not about absence, but about latent power darkness as the womb of creation. Then we reach the final phrase, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The Hebrew term for Spirit of God is Ruach Elohim, which means breath, wind, or spirit. This divine force hovers over the chaotic waters, bringing the first act of creation. The ancient Jewish Midrash describes this as a mother bird hovering over its young, nurturing life into existence. Biblical scholar Michael Heiser says,
The Ruach Elohim is not a passive presence. It is a dynamic, life-giving force, shaping the chaos into something habitable.
Some esoteric traditions link this Spirit of God to the Shekinah, the feminine presence of the divine, suggesting that Genesis 1 verse 2 depicts the interplay of masculine and feminine forces in creation. Gnostic teacher Rudolf Steiner goes even further.
The Spirit moving upon the waters is the divine thought activating matter, the word before it is spoken.
This suggests that before the spoken word of creation, Genesis 1 and 3, there is an unseen vibration, a divine breath that begins to animate reality. Genesis 1 verse 2 is more than just a transition between nothingness and creation. It's a deep, mystical teaching about the nature of reality. The primordial chaos, tohu, bohu, represents a world in potential, waiting for form. The darkness upon the deep is not emptiness, but concealed divine mystery. The Spirit of God moving upon the waters is the first act of awakening consciousness taking shape. As Manly P. Hall puts it,
creation is not the making of something from nothing. It is the structuring of the unstructured, the shaping of the infinite void into meaningful existence.
So what do you think? Does Genesis 1:2 reveal a deeper truth about creation and divine consciousness? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to explore more hidden wisdom of Scripture, make sure to turn on the notifications and subscribe to the Unveiled Bible. There's much more to unveil, and this is still only the beginning.